4 months ago about the importance of the heart and to check your heart rate, whether or not you're exercising or you're fasting. That's one aspect of my life that I did to lose the 50 pounds that I did over last year. See, I was a very hefty person, and I didn't like who I was, so I decided to change it. Now I did ways to changing it: exercise, and most importantly, dieting. So what is dieting? My definition of dieting is basically changing your eating habits to meet a personal goal, whether or not it's weight loss, weightlifting, gaining weight, or just to stay where you are, because you might have a very high metabolism. Now, what are the types of dieting? Well, I already explained it to you. But there's also exotic forms of dieting that I think people are not really familiar with. One dieting that my friend went into was called being a pescatarian. And what that is basically not eating meat, but he eats fish for protein. All the time he comes up to me and tells me, "Man, I'm so energized all the time. I wish you can go there too to experience how I'm feeling." And I decided to do that, but I never really caught on with it. I remember, spending a month. I was planning a month without eating meat, just only fish, and I gave up the first week. There's also another form of dieting. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of it too. It's called fasting. Now, in this day and age, especially when you work all the time, you got no time for fasting. Say, you get a month off vacation, and you decide, "Hey, I'm going to focus on fasting." The most important thing to do while you're fasting is not do a lot of activities, especially cardio or weightlifting, because the whole purpose of fasting is to stay calm, not eat anything, not drink anything but water, and really focus on what you're doing, because it's more or less a spiritual experience rather than a physical experience too. Now, exercising. It's very important to know what you're doing or what you're eating while you're exercising. For me, it was very difficult when I started on the P90X. I wasn't eating a lot, and I'll get really tired. Very important to get a lot of protein, a lot of carbs in and out of your exercises. Otherwise, your body's going to be put in fatigue all the time, and you're never going to recover. But it's also very important to not overeat just because you are exercising. Just because you do a very hard activity doesn't guarantee you that you can go out and eat 3 or 4 cheeseburgers. That's the wrong way of looking at things. Because, you just wasted a lot of your energy just to get it back. That doesn't make any sense. Now, there's also a habit of people getting bored, and they'll eat when they're bored. One thing I like to share with you guys is a little trick that I learned when I was working in the Grand Prix. Now, in the Grand Prix, I only ate once a day, and that is because I was never hungry. The reason why I was never hungry is because I was always standing. When people are sitting down, or when people are very bored, that's when they tend to eat, because they want to have those endorphins released. When you're caught in that, constantly think, okay, I know what I'm doing, here's how I'm going to do it to resolve it. Now, from my experience, I grew up eating a 2-3 meal diet, and my parents raised me that way. Eventually, I started eating very small foods every 2 or 3 hours or so. And I would never eat during dinner time. I would say maybe 4 hours before I sleep. The reason for that is is because you want your body to not really work so it can have the proper rest. You go and eat a big meal and you go to sleep, you're really doing a lot of damage to your body because you're going to wake up in the middle of the night because all that energy, all that food is energy, and you're going to be like, oh, what am I going to do? You know, that's not cool. I like to go to sleep and wake up properly without having to wake up, not falling asleep, and figuring out what am I supposed to be doing. So, what dieting did to my life, it gave me a lot more energy, made me focus on what I need to do, and I stopped becoming the hungry person that I am. It's real simple. White bread, replace that with wheat bread. You know, instead of eating out, eat in. Use the right kind of oil. Don't use those really fattening oils. Use like olive oil or any of those safe oils. You know, try to avoid eating a lot in fat. And really count your calories. That's the most important thing. It is hard. Trust me, it's hard because it takes a long time to actually see results. But compare yourself 2 or 3 months from now, you're going to feel a lot better. It's not about weight loss, it's about overall health. For me, when I eat whatever I wanted to, I always felt lethargic, I always felt aimless, and I always felt that I had a lot of energy, but my body couldn't really do anything to sustain or be happy with the energy that I've been having. So, in my opinion, proper dieting guarantees overall physical health, and that is why it is not biddable. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters.